backlog. Yeah, sprint goal. Yeah.
And we need the stories, we need the sprint goal. So we left off from saying we want discussions to go on within the WhatsApp group, but still nobody is talking. So I was expecting, like yesterday, somebody will just raise it up that, oh, how are we doing about this nomination that we're supposed to come up with? But nobody did anything. That's no, that's not that's not fine, but that's okay. That's okay. It's one of these things that even though we're not going to be, can just nod that, okay, how are we doing about this? Because if it was where we needed to, if it was going to be that by today, the people that nominate or the people that can, they will be paid to £200, I'm sure people will have jumped at it, even if they don't know what they are doing. So, but just to have a discussion around it would have sufficed, but nothing came up. And so, just like you said, we need stories. So, from what we have here, so these are backlog. I hope everybody can see my screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what stories can we bring on to run this sprint? So we have the last thing that we did was understanding Agile and Scrum. So what else can we do if our overarching product goal is to become a Scrum Master, and then one of the epic is mastering Scrum fundamentals. And on that epic, we had a feature that says understanding Scrum. And for us to understand Scrum, these are the things that we must do: learn and explain Agile Scrum principle, identify and describe Scrum rules and responsibilities, participate in a simulated sprint planning, which is what we're doing now. We've done one before. Create a sample product backlog, user story PBI, complete Scrum simulation reflection. So I want everybody on this call to be able to not to be able to create at least one story today. So I want everybody on this call to create one story today. So if you have not been added to the, let me see, to the this thing, I think Chooks should be on this. Let me invite Chooks to this. That's him. So I will invite him to this board. That everyone is now part of the this thing. So I want us to create product backlog. But before we create product backlog, just as you said, what will be the sprint goal? What will be the sprint goal? So the last time we did understanding Agile and Scrum. So if quickly we can just do what's the name now? ChatGPT, what have you? ChatGPT is not even going up the way now. Yesterday, 7 days. I want to see if what we did last week is still there. So let's even have discussion. So what do you think another feature can be from mastering Scrum Master? Well, that's the epic. So what do you think another feature can be? So we said here all of these can be a feature or PBI. Define Scrum and explain how it fits Agile. So I want everybody to have a go at it. Let's come up with ideas. So in the next 1 or 2 minutes, I want us to look. This is the epic. We need feature and then we need user stories, just as we have agreed. So I want us to come up with what we think the feature should be and what the user story should be. So please, in the next 1 minute, I'll start calling everyone to see what they've done.
Okay, please, that's not very clear to me. The epic here is mastering Scrum fundamentals.
Yes.
Are we trying to generate, to come up with the futures for this particular one, for this particular title right now?
Yeah, so if we can come up with features for this particular title, fine. If you have another epic that you already have feature and PBI for, fine. But we want to work with this mastering, or better still, let this be the overarching topic, and then you can come up with epics, PBI, epic, feature, and PBI. Or let this be your epic. What other feature can come out from this? Is that clear? Or I'm confusing you the more? So I'm just trying to
that's actually clear. So we can
give us
now
all
have
of the option. So
okay,
the one where we get populated first will be the one that we deal with. So if you're able to come up with a feature here, and then we're able to break the feature down to product backlog item, then we can run with that. Otherwise, if you come up with another epic concerning this overall product goal, and then subsequently we get the feature and also the PBI. Where we are going is definitely the PBI. A shorter way to get there is just to maybe have another PBI for feature for this and then PBI under it.
Under it, yeah. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say as well. We can just focus on this Scrum, mastering Scrum fundamentals to come up with more futures under Scrum Master as a true leader. I think that's the epic there. Okay, the epic here is mastering Scrum fundamentals, and then the first future is understanding Agile and Scrum.
Yes.
So we need more futures. Okay.
Yes.
I hope everyone is clear with that.
I hope everyone is clear. If you're not clear, ask question now, so that when we come to ask question, you will not be saying this. If you're not clear, let's ask question now. Don't just sit down there and say we not do anything. I will go around to ask everybody's listen. Or better say, you can even go on the board and input it by yourself, which is what we want to achieve today.
I think this is Sandy speaking. I think the future I generated from ChatGTP, I don't know whether it is repeating the features we had before. Okay, not really. I say it's in the product backlog. The feature is giving me. So the mastering Scrum fundamentals as the epic, the feature I generated is understanding Scrum roles and responsibilities. And I see something like that in one of the product backlog here. Can that also appear as a feature?
Is that the only one that is giving you?
Anyway, I asked for one, just one, but I can get
try
more.
to ask for more.
This ChatGTP we are using, is it going to be, if one is working, in a real sense of it, can you use this ChatGTP to guide you in what you're doing? I know this is the work of a project owner. So,
does anybody have answer to that? Does anybody have any response to that? Can you use ChatGPT to guide you?
Yeah, I think you
Yes.
can actually use it, but some company doesn't allow it based on privacy and stuff like that. Or I think even some company allow you to use it, they want you to use it, unless that they don't want you to use it in that company.
Yeah, so thank you for that. ChatGPT and the likes have come to stay. If you're not using it, you're not helping yourself. Even if your organization is not using it, you need to be wise. You need to be you need to be wise. Yeah, and you need to be circumspect, and then you can bring stuff out, but you will not be bringing all these kind of things. They are not company secret or anything. So you can use ChatGPT as a basis, and then you fine tune your thing.
Yes.
Outside your organization. But now most organizations now, our organization just last month we started to use Copilot. And Copilot is just like ChatGPT. Copilot is for Microsoft. So if you are using Microsoft, if you are using Teams, just like we are using Teams now, we have Copilot and Copilot is doing the same thing almost like ChatGPT. So most companies are embracing it. So individuals that are not embracing it, they are definitely going to lag behind. Like I was telling you yesterday, the training I was showing you. Now you don't need to you don't need to know how to write code. All you need to give when you go to collabo this thing, just ask it that I want to write this code. Gemini will give you suggestion. Before you'll be racking your brain, you will writing the code. Now they generate the code for you. You just say, okay, this is okay. You run it. Makes life so easy. Only that you need to now know what you are doing. You need to know there will be the human aspect, the human input after all. So yes, you use ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT a lot. I have the paid version. I have like 6 of them open on my browser now. So no.
I have a suggestion for a new future. Can we
Okay.
have Agile principles and manifesto as the next future under mastering Scrum fundamentals?
Yeah, you can put it there. You can put it there.
Okay.
So,
Let me also put mine.
yeah, everybody can put their own so like where I'm putting my own now. So I'm creating new feature. I'm creating a new feature, which I've titled Scrum Rules, Artifacts, and Events. Yeah.
Yes, he gave me that too.
So that looks like a good one that you can. So the description gave me here, which I'm copying verbatim, is just to put it here. This feature provide a deep understanding of Scrum rule, artifact, and blah blah blah. And it also gave me acceptance criteria. So if everybody have what they want, that doesn't mean that we'll do everything. So that's the acceptance criteria I have for. It says start title cannot do anything. Under this now, I have backlog item. So one of the backlog items is please don't just be looking. If you don't understand what we're doing, ask question, please. Ask questions so that we can have. It's supposed to be a discussion class. It's not just me doing stuff. And okay, last was it last week? Yeah, it was last week. I told us to check up on what's the meaning of relative estimation, what's estimation, what's relative estimation, and what is a user story. Is anybody able to? I'll just create 3 here, and I'll allow other people to. So this is how it works. So you can see I'm doing stuff. If I refresh my page now, I'm sure what other people have done, you see them. So if I do this, I'm sure I should be able to see. So we have understanding Agile, which we've done. I'm doing Agile manifesto. Nobody has. Okay, nobody has done anything yet. So with ChatGPT and AI now, makes life easy. So you're not embracing it, you will soon be embarrassed. But embrace it wisely, embrace it legally, embrace it. Right, so here I have created another feature and 3 PBI. I don't know if anyone has done anything as well. Not on this one. So somebody did this. Okay. So let's go on. Right, we can go on, right? Oh. So if we can go around to I would love to say or to see what we did here, but nothing is coming up for me. Let me refresh again.
I have done something.
So that will be under what?
A feature implementing effective Scrum and events, Scrum events.
Okay.
And it has description and acceptance criterion.
Okay.
And also create the PBI.
Okay, so you can quickly create the PBI as we go. So what we're doing now can be regarded as what? As backlog refinement. Even though we are just populating our backlog, we are still refining it to see how we can dot our I's and cross our T's. And then we want to go into sprint planning, just as Area said, we need to come in with this in the sprint planning with this sprint goal. So who creates the sprint goal?
The project owner. The project owner. I think it's
product.
Product owner. Sorry, not project owner.
Yes, the product owner comes in with the sprint goal. So just look at it now, because the product owner is the voice of the customer on the team. Is the one that's supposed to know the in-depth of what we're doing. So, and he's one that relates mostly with the customer and this and that. So he knows what next we are building supposedly. But once he comes in with the products, with the sprint goal, it is discussed with the whole team. Because once he brings in the spring, he or she brings in the sprint goal, it is the developers that will now look at the product backlog to say, okay, these are the stories, these are the issues, these are the PBI, these are the whatever that aligns with our sprint goal. And this is the capacity, this is what we have capacity for. So the pro owner is not supposed to dictate. Let me use the word suppose. It's not supposed to, because you find such anti-pattern in many instances where the product owner is the one telling them, do this, do that. But according to the Scrum guy, the developers are sort of, they should have their own mind. They should be allowed to choose. But now, when you now say allowed to choose too, we then now go and start choosing ambiguous things. We then now go and start choosing things that are not relevant. No, too. That's why we have the Scrum values of respect, commitment. We need to be committed to what we are delivering, not just playing around, not just trying to shortchange the organization, but we should, and then we said developers hold each other accountable as what? As professionals. So they too, they will not just want to do any of this. And then the Scrum Master guides to say, guys, please, you can't just go that way or say it's only 2 story points where we are going to do, or it's only 1 story point, when you know that you have capacity to do 5, to do 10. So hope we understand. So if I don't know, Chooks is just joining us today, and he's been on days before. Is he still here? Are you able to access the?
Yes, I'm here, and
not here.
I'm finding it difficult to. I'm actually at work anyway, but I'm finding it very difficult to log in via my tablet, which maybe tomorrow I'm going to call you so that we can be able to help me. But I was able to log in to previous things that we did before, but this one I'm unable to do that, so I don't know what problem.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm just looking, just trying to refresh my memory. I'm lost. I'm lost for now.
No problem. Yeah. That's fine. So who else is here? So that's Jukes. Sorry, how do I pronounce your name? Is it Zuliakat? I mean Zukiat. So that I don't keep butchering your name.
Is Zuleha, not Zuleha.
Zuliha. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry about that. Zuliha. So have you been able to access this board, this Agile board?
Yeah, but I don't understand what you're actually saying. It's not that clear to me.
Yeah, so we said ask questions so that we can keep explaining. So what is there? What aspect do you add in? You've been able to access the board. So what is there anything that you understand there that you think, okay, this is what I can do up to?
Yeah, you said we should look for the features and stuff like that, but the one that actually came up from the chat GPTs, I saw one saying that, transparency, inspection, and adaptation, and I don't know if it's part of what we're actually talking about.
Yeah, so maybe next time we switch over to business analysts. So maybe there, I'm sure in your training you'll have gone through Scrum framework too, or something like that. So what we're just doing is all has to do with Scrum and the Scrum Master. So maybe there you may have a little bit of confusion to say, what does all of this mean? But at the end of it, it's just all about Agile. Just all about Agile. What we said this project is all about. So we're just creating scenarios to see how we can break down our a project. So this project is out. I want to become a Scrum Master. What do I need to do? I've taken my Scrum Mastership this thing as a project. So what do I need to do to become a Scrum Master? And then maybe there will be a timeline. Maybe I've given myself three months. In these 3 months, what and what do the person needs to do? So that's what we're breaking down now. And then we now say, to get this done, we need epics. Epics are a big chunk of work that will further be broken down. So one of the epics that we came up with is, first of all, you need to master Scrum foundations or fundamentals. And what is then we now need to break that down as well. So what do you mean by Scrum fundamental? So one of the Scrum fundamental is understanding Agile and Scrum. Yeah, which is one of the fundamentals. I think we've gone through that. Henry can bear witness of recent. We went through Waterfall, Agile, and Scrum. Then we now say one of another feature is Agile principle and manifesto. Although it looks more or less like the first one, they're just giving us this thing. But another one that is good after you now know Agile and Scrum what's this level now? At the high level, you can now break it down. You want to know the Scrum rules, artifact, and event. That's why I have that one. And then to help you to know that one, you need to learn and explain the Scrum rules, identify and describe the Scrum artifact, and then participate in a simulated Scrum event. This is what we're doing now. You find out that this simulated Scrum event will be coming up in every of your PBI, especially if you use ChatGPT to generate it, because simulated events are typical ways by which individuals learn. So another one that I've been given by somebody is implementing effective Scrum events, which is which we can further break down. Then the Scrum events, you now need to list the Scrum event that you want. So maybe so under this one now, you can have implementing effective Scrum event. You can now have the PBI. The PBI is to read sprint planning. This one is a very good one. So I'm giving you. You can have this. The PBI to be sprint planning, daily Scrum, retrospective, review, and the sprint itself. So because the sprint itself has even been called an event now. Before it wasn't called an event. The sprint of 2 weeks, and then you have a silent one, which is what? The backlog refinement. So this has a lot of PPIs for you guys to impute. You can go back later to just add accordingly, and not even go back. Let's take one or two. So we can say, let me see what ChatGPT will give me. Hope you understand now.
Yeah, I'm getting it. Thank you.
So now this, under this one now, we cannot have sprint planning, facilitate a structured sprint planning, blah blah blah. It doesn't. We can have something like this, sprint planning. I was thinking we'll finish by 10. Then I'll add the PBI. So while it is the fact that we are learning how to use Agile DevOps, I just don't want us to be like it's Agile DevOps that we are learning. No, we are simulating what happens in the Scrum environment. So this PBI says facilitate a structured sprint planning session. So every one of us should be able to do that. Wow. Somebody has gone to work. Okay.
Yeah, if you can look at that, implementing effective Scrum.
Okay.
I put in 5 PBIs. So their criteria, acceptance criteria, and the description. Don't know whether that is okay.
So sorry, this is taking more time. Just the way I said it, that's the way ChatGPT is just bringing this up now. That's really what I love. It's a very good feature. So integrates event best practice. So the PBI should be kind of straightforward. It's just going to be strictly about the event So organize and engaging sprint review. Yeah. All of what we're doing is just to get us to know how to use this stuff. This is, and even what we're putting together, if somebody comes there to just look at it, it can gain insight on how to become a Scrum Master with this. It's not just all right. Run a meaningful sprint. These are I can't just but take them. Feature, we come to front. So this. Right, so we just stop here. I think I'll do the remaining that we can have a sprint plan, and I want to show us another feature on Agile board. Right, so there we go, at least for now. So we have just what I said. So this our pro backlog is, you can see, is getting more and more. But at the end of the day, we only have two epic, and only one has 4 feature right now, and each of the feature has PBIs. So now we're going to go into our sprint planning quickly. So I'll act as a product owner, and just maybe that we can have that discussion. So our so when we want to go into sprint planning, I like to switch to backlog item. Some people like to work from here, from this board, but not. So our own board is not even so configured. It's not so new approved call. How come it's so scanty? Okay, maybe next week, maybe Saturday, I'll show us how to configure this board to add more columns to it. New, approved, committed. So here is just all the new items sitting here. Once you approve it, and then we get to committed. But I like to work from the backlog itself, so that we see all our what's the name? PBI. Then we can prioritize as needed. Yes. Or if you want to switch, you want to say, okay, from feature, which feature are we going to work on? We're going to work on either this one or this one. So after understanding Agile and Scrum, I think it's going to be good if we also understand Agile manifesto principles and manifesto. So let's see if you have enough PBI under it. So we have 4. So if you know the number, you can bring them up. So understanding the 4 values. So let's switch over to this. So this is prioritization. Prioritization is looking for those ones that are going to work with in this design. So do we know them? And I like understanding for, okay, this one was one of them. So you bring it
How to do that, Jai?
You bring it to top. Analyze 12 principles. You bring it to top. Apply principles to a sample. You bring it to top. So that's what you're doing. what we are doing now is it's just prioritization. We are prioritizing our work. Compare agile and traditional method. I think we did that one. Item from no. So mind you, item from our retro is also going to be our part of our work item for this, but we are not going to estimate on that. Learn and explain Scrum rules. So that's another PB, I bet. Yeah. So now that's another that's this learn and explain Scrum rules is under another feature. But that doesn't mean that we can't go on with it. So if what we already have, we can still have room, okay? And maybe we want to do this one next time, but we still have room to take more. We can just say, okay, let's take one of the what we need to do. Like one of my team now, what they need to do in, I think was it an oversight or this thing? Something that needed to come up next year. One of the team they've already worked on it. So what we now tell them, just put it in the product backlog. When we get to it next year, we're going to bring it up again. Though they've already done it. We put it in the product backlog. They've already done it, and this ensures is because everything is in phase. We have the KO phase, PS phase, SDJ. I don't even know the full meaning of all those things. So what was in after SDJ, we have PS. They've done something pertaining to that, and we've not even gotten to to those. So you just go in the pro backlog for now. So we have this. So what we do next is now to drag. So who is there? Let me see who is there before again. Okay, this is the item from our retro already sitting in our sprint backlog.
Yeah.
So that's okay. So let's use 30 minutes more to. So next time, please, it's going to be you people doing this. So this will be me doing it for the last time. If that's my wish. So now somebody has rearranged it again. This was not.
Yeah, there before. Yes, that first one was not there before. It was on top there. It's not prioritized there.
It was not on top. Yeah, somebody has rearranged it again, which is fine. Which you are trying to learn, and so we have understanding. So, but what we know what we are doing. We are understanding this one. I drag it to this sprint 2. I drag this one to this sprint 2. I drag this one to this sprint 2. I drag this one to this sprint 2. I've been dragged before. Compare agile. I drag it to this sprint 2. Then work item from this has been there. So those 4 work items is what we're dealing with in this second sprint. So what I need to do now is to click on this sprint and then give it a date. I go to no iteration date. I click on date. It says sprint 2. So sprint 2, our sprint 2 is time agile what? And maybe we'll just learn agile. Just giving it a rough
Principles.
agile principles. Is it just about the principles? Traditional.
Yeah, there's one that is a principle. Analyze the 12
And
of the principles.
our this thing has to take care of everything. Our kind of have to. So the date is from when?
17th.
17th to 21st.
31st.
And it's locked down that. And then the next thing we're going to do is now to run estimate. So we'll go back to Pro Backlog. We'll click on Pro Backlog. So we have.
I will ask questions when it's
goal.
easy.
Okay.
Can I ask?
Yeah.
Can I ask a question, please?
Yes,
yeah.
please.
I'm in a case in this backlog. If you are, like you say you like operating from the backlogs, whereby you have about 100 or 200 PBIs in backlog, and then you know that these are different sprints. You put together, supposed to go in different sprints, something like that, or different futures. And then you start sorting them like this. Won't you get it confusing sometimes? Is it possible you can work on the futures, then you prioritize it on the futures, then you know this one belongs, like this four we sorted out now. If they are scattered, it may be difficult for you to start sorting them out.
Scattered, the
way you prioritize it now,
because by the way I figured them out now, I already know them. I went to look for them. So there's no how it will be scattered that you will not know what you are looking for. Okay. As a product owner, everyone as a Scrum Master that knows, that has been working with the team, and even your team members, they'll be the one that to populate the product backlog. They'll be the one to impute some of these things. So they will have an idea. We will have an idea. And yes, if that works for you, if you want to work from feature, to say, okay, but you don't develop by feature. You don't say, okay, we bring everything in. That's why I said I made that one example of I think I put Scrum inside it. The other, we took 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I wanted to put this one in before, so you can come across feature, or even you can come across feature. At least it has to come down from there, or even totally outside of this. It can even come from Epic. So maybe maybe we have something here. It can, this one, maybe something under it can be part of what we are going to do. It's still our product backlog. It doesn't have to follow that, that it must be the same Epic, the same feature. Do you understand?
I do.
So it's you know that, okay, we're working on this website. The next thing we are building is a landing page. And then there are some Epic, there are some PBI that have been raised against the landing page that are not for this Epic. Maybe on the landing page there's a governance side of things, and then we have an Epic for governance, but you're going to do governance in this sprint. So you need to go and pick that one and join it with building the actual building. So everything goes together. It's still your product backlog. Do you understand?
Yes, I do. Thank
you. As you are part of the team, you will have the flair of what is going on, because definitely you will have done a backlog refinement session. You will have done a backlog refinement session where you have opened all the issues, you've gone through them, and then everybody knows what it is that we are going to get into sprint, unless something changes so drastically before everything will not become obsolete, that you need to go and do all things new again. Right. So what we were talking about, the sprint goal. So if you click on here, you see the sprint goal. So what's our sprint goal? So let me say again, let's go to okay. This tapped about backlog sprint. So here, so I will just do what I did yesterday. To do something like this, and I will tell ChatGPT, these are my PBIs. Can you craft a sprint goal? Let me bring this one here. So I put it here. I say these are my PBIs. Can you craft a smart sprint goal for my team? Let's see what it brings up. Huh? You go for no, I didn't want this.
It's measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound.
Okay, now maybe it doesn't understand. Craft the sprint goal. I don't want you to explain to me. So by the end of this sprint, our team should have deep understanding of Agile, mastering the four, blah, 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 analyze. So let me try another one. Because of the earlier prompt I've given it, smart and what have you, you want to, this guy will not take picture. Which one? Who again will take picture? Oh, okay. Every time I keep spelling this S-A, these are my PBIs. Please craft a sprint goal for me. Though that one that ChatGPT gave us, so we can just rephrase it. All of them. This sprint focusing on applying will allow the team to participate. The sprint goal captures. By the end of this sprint, the team will have functional understanding of. So we can grab this and go and start to work on it because of our time. So the sprint goal is the sprint goal is typically an action word, an action not action word, for you to do something. But why is it doing this? As in, before you could see the sprint goal so bold. Go for this sprint. Show this sprint goal in bar. Anyway, I'll just put it there.
Yeah, go on with it.
I'll just put it there. I'll just put it there and I'll save. If you don't save, it's not save. Okay, so the sprint goal is there. So I think we've talked about capacity before. Talk about capacity. So next thing that we're going to do is we are going to estimate our stories. Well, today we're not going to use the estimate estimate this one. Or okay, let's just use it so that we have. So for this was the last one that we did. So we create another section and we title it Sprint 2. Sprint 2. Then we can say Agile principles. Agile principles. So it's going to be online, blah, blah, blah. Our team is this team. Then our card is Fibonacci, this one. Then I'll make sure I have that sprint this one, and then we create. Then quickly if you are able to join, or if not, I'll just run through. So this one, let's give it 3, reveal, and I say 3. So I still want us to do the assignment. What is story point? What is estimation? And what is relative estimation? Please, next time we're going to discover that we are going to start with. Let's do a search on what do we mean by sprint goal, what is estimation, and what is relative estimation. So I'll save that. Apply principle to sample project. Maybe that one will be 5. I'll say 5, and I'll save that. So we start our discussion from there. I'll say 3. Compare. If we just compare, it can just be 2. So no much work is done there. Then this, we don't estimate this. I'm going to estimate it, we don't estimate this is this thing is not supposed to be part of what the organizational process for improvement. So I think that should be all that we need to estimate. I'll just leave the session now and go to our sprint side of things. So you can see. Okay. So what's happening now is that most of the work are coming into the sprint 1. So you should be when you are creating your this thing, try to see that now. So most of these now are in sprint 1. You can see that why it has 17. So all those ones that are new, you click on these, and then you move to what? Product backlog. Did you see that? So most of them are in sprint 1, but the time we are creating it, I still don't know why Agile will do that. Just keep putting them in sprint 1. But what you can do is, if you don't want it in sprint 1, you come to here, click on move to iteration product backlog. If you click on this as well, no, do you want to? Okay, move to iteration product backlog. So all the ones that are supposed to be in the product backlog, you can later go through them. As a Scrum Master, that's part of what you do. You sanitize your board. You look through. Throughout last Friday, myself and the product owner of one team were just exchanging this thing. We made sure that our board was very clean. All the tickets that have been done and they refused to move them to done, we cleared it. The ones that became obsolete, we have removed them. So that's part of what you do. So these are our feature sprint, because it's feature because we're starting tomorrow. And then I want us to do so we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tickets here. So I want us to go in and assign the ticket to ourselves. So once you go in and you see that a ticket has been assigned, assign the next one to yourself. And I want us to now have discussion in our WhatsApp group to say the day you are going to close your ticket. So because that's about transparency again. Though it's not, we don't say that when we get to work. You don't say when you want to close your ticket. It's not. It's when you finish your work. But here we just want to bring about that. It's okay. I've taken ticket number 1261, or you can call it your name, and I will close it on Monday, so that another person will not close their ticket on Monday. It doesn't mean that all the tickets cannot be closed on Monday or Tuesday, but we just want to have that stepwise burn down. So we want to close one ticket on Monday, another one on Tuesday, another one on Wednesday, another one on Thursday, and maybe this one on Friday. So please assign a ticket to yourself, and then try to bring out at least three meaningful tasks to accomplish each of these. 3 meaningful tasks, and show work done on each of the tasks if possible. I hope you understand what that means. So bring out 3 meaningful tasks. We've done it last sprint. So for example, I think this one was meaningful enough. Research. The task here was research Agile fundamentals, and this is what it is. So maybe you will just have a link, or you can just give us a summary of what you found out. You understand? To show the work done. So, and I think that's about it, unless there's any other question. So the one last thing that I used to say, one last thing is now you need to go and open your retro for this sprint. So I'll open my retro board. I'll click on retrospective. I'll click on retrospective. Come on. And I will click on these 3 buttons here. I'll go to create new retro, and I will label it sprint 2. Or I can say Agile is better sprint 2, so that we know the sprint 2. Agile principle. Agile principle. So, and I just want us to have three votes. We don't need much. 3 votes enough. Then obscure the feeders, the feedback of others until after collate phase. So let's try that so that we see how display retro prema. Do not display names. So I'll unclick this time around, and we see how that changes. So last time we used 4Ls. So this one, let's use mad, sad, glad. Or what one do you want to use? Keep, add, less, more, start, stop, continue. What do you want us to use? Start, stop, continue, psychological phase, went well, length, accelerator, impaired judgment. Or we should just use our 4Ls. Team?
Use our 4S.
Okay. So like, length, lacked. So so we can move it around. We can say, okay, I want learn to come first, and then we can change the emojis. Can change the emoji. We can change the color. So what we lacked. So maybe lack can be red, danger. What we learn, purple. What we long for, black. What we long for, then you can play around it if you are in charge, and then you can say, okay, I want like, learn, lack. I want this one to come here, long for, and then lack. So, and then I'll add the column. And the one last column that we can add is kudos. Maybe kudos. I used to do this one. Kudos. Is that the spell kudos?
Yes.
So you can give kudos. So who deserves kudos? Maybe somebody that help on the team. And so, though we don't celebrate individuals on the team, but we know within ourselves how it all went down, who helped most, who did this one, and then, but at the end of the day, the team takes all the glory. So I'll save that, and our board is created. So the Scrum Master can remind us on Monday, on Wednesday, that don't forget the board is can just copy this link, as I see some people do, but that's not really official. You can copy the link and throw it into this thing. So this is the link to the retro board. Don't forget to to go in and fill it accordingly. And so that's that about that for today.
Yeah, I wanted to assign myself a task, but
oh yes,
I don't
you
know
brought
why
that up.
I couldn't do that.
Yes, thank you for bringing that up. So I don't know why myself. So what you can do on the instead is, are you able to share your screen? So I'll just walk you through what you can do, or maybe or I can show you. So here is what you do.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to assign this one to yourself now.
Uh-huh.
You open it like that, and you now come here now to assign it. Instead of assigning it from here like that. So I don't know. So you open it, then you now come here, click, and then that should be able to get it done. So that's one thing. That's one good thing about this thing. Everything you want to do here, there's always more than one way to achieve it.
Okay, I wanted to ask, from this board, can you assign from here? Because I believe you have to open it to do that.
No, I can assign. I can do like this. I can do like this.
Okay, that means it's by privilege then, maybe.
Yeah, it looks as if this is bet you. So let me even go to this thing and see it. So, because I should take all those that have basic to be those. Aisha does not need basic again. She don't even hear. After some time now, I'm going to take her off the whole. So give her studio. Just let her cool there. We again has okay. Let me change it back. Studio is not able to go. Then we again has basic that is not needed. Here, that's mine. So we have 4 basic down that I can distribute. So let me see. So 2 people have not yet signed in. So I'll first of all give the Scrum Master 1 basic. Manage. So basic, I said, is a higher access level, which allows you to do much things. So since we have 4 basic to look around, I will give Henry another one. I'll give you another one. Basic level admin again. So who else is on this call? So let me give her basic as well.
So it's obvious that it's the access level, because as soon as you change to basic, I can actually do that from there. Otherwise, I have to open the PBI to assign.
Yeah. So that's it. All right. So that's it for today. Then any other questions? So another thing I would love us to do today is dashboard, but I'm knackered.
Yeah,
So
yes, fine.
So maybe before the review on Saturday, we quickly do the dashboard so that we see our dashboard. Right. Thank you, everyone. And
thank you so much.
We learned something. Just like I said, as I'm learning how to use the tool, you are bringing yourself in the workspace environment. This is how it done. This is how it is done in the workspace. We have discussion. We have back and forth. The product owner supposed to bring, but product owner, do we even have last season? They even have Spring Go. They just keep doing their work. When you get to the work, you see a lot of anomalies that all this follow. It's for doing the BPR that we started asking, please put your Spring Go. So they just crack on with the work. What the result has been.
Sometimes I begin to wonder how the developers, how they are going to integrate well in this world, because most of them are handy people. Some of them are not really, people that do the job itself. For instance, in your company where they are manufacturing, designing, or doing some of those handiwork, I wonder if they have all those technical skills to do some of those things we're learning here, or learn it. I don't know.
Yeah, so the Scrum Master will have the technical skill to man the board, but they have the technical skill to bring up what they are doing. They are cutting edge design solution. We call something 3DX. That's where all the parts, over 100 and something thousand parts to build that car. How many parts are going? The smallest part. So we call some body and white, chassis, front and back. This one, they're so like my domain. We have 30 squads. 30 squad. The squad, they have different components of the car. Some are looking at the bonnet. Some are looking at the battery because it's an electric car. So they do their work. It's just they're just trying to do Scrum anyway. They're just trying to be agile and this and so. One of the Scrum Masters, when he entered the team, said, "Oh, they told him you are here too." The last Scrum Master just came and asked us, "What do we do here?" And he left. So we have been running with that Scrum Master. They can do their work without the Scrum Master. They can do their work without this. They can do their work, but it's just that the organization wants to evolve, and they want to be practical about their approach. We approaching iteration. So that's why even now I told you about some that they've done the work of next year, which is not really supposed to be technically.